Far beyond our solar system, past the bright light of our sun, there is a silent sea of stars. Each one of them could have worlds just like ours, and some of those worlds were found by a telescope called Kepler. The Kepler space telescope changed everything. It looked at a small patch of the sky and found thousands of planets orbiting other stars. Some of them are small and rocky. Some are giants made of gas, and a few sit in the perfect spot where life could begin. Imagine a planet like Earth with blue skies, with oceans that shine under an alien sun, and creatures looking up at the same stars wondering if they are alone. Maybe somewhere out there on a planet called Kepler 452e, there are beings asking the same question we do. Are we alone? Is someone else out there? The discovery of Kepler made us realize something powerful. If there are so many planets, maybe life is not a miracle that happened only once. Maybe life is the rule of the universe, not the exception. And that thought changes everything. In the year 2009, a small telescope was launched into space. Its name was Kepler, and its mission was simple but bold: to look for other worlds like Earth. Kepler did not take pictures like normal telescopes. Instead, it watched the light of stars very carefully. Every time a planet passed in front of its star, the light dimmed just a little. By measuring that tiny drop in brightness, Kepler could tell that a planet was there. For years, Kepler watched over 150,000 stars in a small patch of sky near the constellation Cygnus. That patch looked small, but inside it, Kepler found something amazing. Thousands of planets, big ones, small ones, hot ones, cold ones. Some were gas giants, but others were rocky like Earth. Then came the biggest surprise. Among those worlds, a few sat in what scientists call the habitable zone, the perfect distance from their star. Not too hot, not too cold, the place where liquid water could exist, and maybe where life could begin. One of those planets was named Kepler 452b. It was about 60% larger than Earth, and it orbited a star, very much like our sun. When NASA announced it, the world went silent for a moment, because for the first time we saw a planet that felt strangely familiar. Kepler showed us that planets like Earth are not rare. They are everywhere, scattered across the galaxy. And if there are so many places like ours, then maybe life is not rare either. Kepler did more than discover planets. It changed how we see our place in the universe. It told us we might not be special, just early in the story of something much bigger. When scientists looked at the planets Kepler found, they started to notice something amazing. Many of them were sitting in just the right place, not too close to their star, and not too far away. This zone is called the habitable zone. It is the place where water can stay as a liquid, and where the temperature feels just right for life as we know it. Here on Earth, every form of life we know depends on water. From the smallest cell to the biggest whale, water is the key to everything. So, when scientists find a planet that could hold water, their hearts beat faster, because water means a chance for life. Some Kepler planets might even have thick clouds, oceans, and atmospheres that protect them from deadly radiation. If they do, it means they could have weather seasons, and maybe even wind blowing across alien mountains. And here is something beautiful. Many of these planets orbit stars like our own sun, not too big, not too small, stable, and calm for billions of years, enough time for life to form, to grow, to evolve. So when scientists look at the data from Kepler, they are not just looking at numbers. They are looking at possibilities, at dreams, at the question that has followed humans for centuries. Are we alone? If just one of those worlds, one of those tiny dots of light, has life swimming in its oceans or walking on its land, then the universe suddenly becomes much less lonely and much more alive. If there really is life on Kepler, it might not look like anything we know on Earth. Maybe the sky is a deep purple, and the oceans glow with soft blue light. Maybe the air is thick with mist, and strange plants grow tall and wide, catching sunlight from a smaller, colder sun. Life there would have to adapt. It might breathe different gases, move in slow motion, or see colors we can't even imagine. On Earth, life takes many forms: tiny bacteria, flying birds, giant whales. So on Kepler, life could be just as creative, maybe more. Imagine creatures with crystal skin, so the light passes through them, or animals that grow wings shaped like leaves to glide on strong alien winds. Maybe forests grow upside down with roots stretching into the sky, or glowing plants lighting up the night because the planet never sees a bright day. If the planet is heavier than Earth, creatures might crawl low and strong, built to survive high gravity. If it's lighter, they might leap and float gracefully like dancers in slow motion. What matters most is this life always finds a way. It changes, adapts, and survives wherever it can, even in the strangest places. So when we look at Kepler, we're not just looking at rocks and gas. We're looking at a world that might already be alive, breathing under a distant sun. So, how could we ever find out if something really lives on Kepler? It's not like we can just fly there tomorrow. Kepler is so far away, it would take hundreds of years with today's rockets. But that doesn't stop us from trying to look. Scientists use giant telescopes, both on Earth and floating in space. They watch tiny drops in a star's light when a planet passes in front of it. From that small dimming, we can tell how big the planet is, what it's made of, and even what kind of air surrounds it. If the light that passes through the planet's atmosphere shows signs of oxygen or methane, that could mean something is breathing there, something alive. In the future, we might build even stronger telescopes, able to see the colors of alien oceans or tiny green patches that mean forests. Maybe even detect lights from alien cities shining faintly through the dark. There's also the search for signals, radio waves that don't come from stars, but from intelligent minds. We call it SETI, the search for. Extraterrestrial intelligence scientists have been listening for decades, and sometimes they pick up strange sounds. Most turn out to be natural, but one day one single signal could change everything. Imagine that moment, a message from Kepler, proof that we are not alone. Until then, we keep looking, keep listening, because every discovery, no matter how small, brings us closer to understanding whether life out there in the vast universe is really possible. If one day we really find life on Kepler, everything we know about ourselves will change. For so long, humans have looked up at the stars wondering if we are special or just one small story among billions. Finding another world with life would not make us less special. It would make the universe feel more alive, more connected, like a giant web where every planet plays a part. Maybe their skies are red, their oceans purple, their creatures nothing like us, but still, they would be family made of the same stardust we are. It could also remind us to take care of our own planet, because if life is so rare, then Earth is a miracle. We must protect. If we ruin it, there might be no second chance out there. And if intelligent beings exist on Kepler, what would they think of us? Would they see us as explorers, or as a young species still learning how to live in peace? Maybe one day we'll talk to them not with words, but through science, through light, through understanding. Until then, we keep searching not just for other life, but for meaning. Because looking for life on Kepler is also a way of looking for ourselves in the endless night of the universe.